everyone. Today we have a problem when we need to design a data structure supporting O1 operations. So what we should have in that data structure? In that data structure, we should have our keys. So what we do is it has four methods, right? It has increment, decrement, get maximum key, and get the minimum key. So when we are calling the increment key, right? So let's say that we have called with the string A, right? So the string A. So which means that the string A is a key value. String A is repeated once, and if we are calling the increment method with the same key, so we should increase that value to 2. And let's say that we are calling the decrement, then we again need to revert it back to 1, right? And if we are calling one more time decrement, then we should remove that from our data structure. And for the get maximum, let's say that we have called A 5 times, and we have another string B which we have called 3 times. So for the get maximum, we need to return A, or for the get minimum, we need to return the key that is repeated minimum number of times, which is B, right? So how we're going to solve this problem? Let's jump into the solution, because it's a pretty long explanation. So what we are going to do is we are going to use the bucket in order to represent our count. So what it means. So first we are going to solution wise, right? So what we are going to have. So we are going to have a key. We are going to have a hash map where, as a key, we are going to store. It's a very similar to the LFU and the LRU cache solutions. So basically in the key, so what we are storing, right? So we are storing our keys, which is, for example, A and the B, and in the value, instead of storing that how many number of times that is repeated, we are storing that the node, right? We are storing that the doubly linked list. So we are storing the buckets. So we are storing here bucket. And at the beginning, what we do, right? Let's go in the example one by one. So what we do, for example, let's say that we call the increment right here. So we call the increment A1. So what we do is we are creating 2 dummy buckets, and which is that for our bucket, because our bucket is a double linked list, it should point to the previous and to the next one. So we are calling the increment A. So what we do, right? We are creating one bucket with the count 1, and we are adding A there, and we are also adding the A to our data structure, right? So we are adding A to our data structure, and we are adding this bucket to our data structure. In the next one, we are calling again B, right? So we are calling the increment B, so which means that we are adding B also to our bucket. So we are adding to the B to our data structure, but that B is points to the same bucket, right? Because they are in the same bucket, because that bucket, it represents the value of count of 1. Now let's go to another approach, right? So let's say that we are calling to the next step, which is the step 3. So we are calling the increment A. So we are calling the increment A. So what it means? It means that we need to move A to the next bucket. We need to move to the next bucket because the first bucket represents 1 and the second bucket represents 2. That bucket does not exist. So we are creating a new bucket, and all our bucket will be in sequence, right? So that's why they are double linked lists, because anytime we can find from the tail, because we know the tail and we know the head. From the head, we can find the minimum, the bucket that contains the minimum strings, and from the tail we can always find the bucket that contains the maximum strings, right? So in the next one, let's call the increment B one more time. We are calling the increment B one more time. So in that case, what happens? What happens is that again, we are moving B to the next bucket, to the A and B to the next bucket, and we are moving the first bucket because there is nothing in the first bucket, so we can remove that. And now A and B again pointing to the same bucket, right? Pointing to the same bucket. And now if we are decrementing the A, we are again creating a new bucket. Here, bucket that represents count 1, and we are moving A to that bucket and the B in the second bucket. And now if we are calling the maximum get maximum key, we are returning B here, and the get minimum key, we are returning A. So that's why we have a double linked list, because at any point we can, from the tail, we know the tail and we know the head. From the head we can always get the minimum key, and from the tail we can always get the maximum key. Again, as approach wise, to summarize what we are doing here, right? So we are creating a double linked list of the buckets. Each bucket has the same count key. So what it means? It means that we are adding the buckets in the sequence, and each bucket represents the count, right? For example, this bucket represents count 1, this bucket represents count 2, maybe the next bucket will represent count 50, right? But they all should go into in the sequence. And we are also maintain the hash map where we are maintaining our key, and that key points to the specific bucket. Let's say that here, right? Let's say that we have another case. Let's say that in our case we have another one, C, right? And the C is repeated 50 times. So C is repeated 50 times, so which means that the C should be somewhere around here, right? C should be somewhere around here. So we have another bucket with the 50 and with the 50 and the C, right? And the C is pointing to the tail, right? Now 2 is pointing to 50 and the 50 is pointing to the tail. So for the C, we have a new bucket. So the reason why we are in the value maintaining the buckets, because always from the key we can find the bucket. We don't have to go and check each bucket, right? In sequence, so we can always, from the value, we can jump to our bucket, which gives us the constant time complexity. So we need to maintain we need to maintain the hash map. So quickly found our keys bucket, and the buckets are ordered from the minimum to maximum. So which means that from the head we can always find our minimum bucket, our minimum key, and from the tail we can find the maximum key. Now let's go to our solution. Once we understand which data structures we are using here, the implementation is pretty straightforward. For the implementation in Java, so what we have, right? So we are creating one entity bucket which has the fields of count. So which means that which count it represents, it has the key as a set, because we want the values to be unique, and since it's a double linked list, we have a previous and we have next. And when we are initializing our count, and we are initializing a new data set for that bucket. So we are creating two data structures here. One is that the map where we are containing our one data structure actually. So we are creating a map here. String it represents our string value, and the bucket to which bucket it points, right? So and we have the two dummy buckets, head and the tail, that we are creating. When we are initializing our class, we are creating a new hash map. So we are initializing our head and the tail. Head points to the tail, and the tail previous is head, so they are pointing to each other as a double linked list. Let's go and see that what's the implementation for the first one, right? For the increment, when we are adding the key, right, to our data structure. So what we do, so the first one, we are checking in the key. If our key is not in our, so we don't have that key, right? We haven't added that before. So what we do is we are going to add that right after our head, right? So head next, we are taking that bucket, and we are checking that if that bucket is not tail, so which means that if that's the first bucket that we are adding, right? So if bucket is not tail, and if the count is not equal to 1, so which means that if we are checking that if we haven't already added that bucket with the value of 1, right? If we haven't added, so what we do is we are creating here a new bucket with the size, with the count 1. So we are adding that bucket, and our B is now a new bucket, right? So we are adding to our bucket, we are adding our key that we are adding. So for example, for the B keys, right, whatever keys, it's the first key that we are adding here. So there is no key at this point, and we are adding to our map, we are adding the key and that bucket, right? So let's go check this method, add bucket after. Add bucket after is pretty straightforward method. So what we do here, we are receiving a new bucket and we are receiving a previous bucket. our new bucket should come after our previous bucket, right? So basically in this case, our previous bucket is the head, right? The first time when we are adding. So our new bucket previous, so which means that the bucket that with the count of 1, it points to the previous. Bucket with the next, it points to the previous next, and here we are just adjusting the pointers, right? So for the previous next previous pointing to our new bucket, and the previous bucket next pointing to our new bucket. So after adjusting the pointers and adding that after the head as the first bucket, so what we do after that, right? So for the increment, what we do is, that's the first case. We have added when we don't have the key in our bucket. That's the first case. For the second case, that if we already have that key, so what we do, we are taking that key and we are taking that the next, whatever the next, we are taking the current and the next buckets, right? If the next bucket is equals to tail, and if the count of our next count is not equal to current count plus 1, so which means that the next bucket does not exist, right? If the next bucket does not exist and it's not tail, so what we do, we are creating a new bucket with the value of the current count plus 1. For example, let's say that we have added 1, right? Bucket with the count of 1. Now we are adding the bucket with the count of 2, right? So we are adding that here. So again, we are calling the same add bucket after to add our bucket. So which means that to add our bucket after our current bucket, and with the new count, right? So let's say we had initially 1 bucket with the count 1. Now we are adding bucket with the count 2. Now we are adding our keys, right? So what we do is, for the next keys we are adding, so for the next keys we are, so let's say that the string A, right? So it was in 1, and now we are moving that to new bucket 2. So next key, next in our case is here, next in our case is here a new bucket, right? Let's say, so we are adding our A to the new bucket. In the key map, we are updating that. In the key map, we are updating key with our bucket. And what we do is, from the current, we need to remove that, right? So because here, right, this scenario, it's exactly this scenario when we have added A, and now we are adding A, and we need to move A to the second bucket, but remove from the first bucket, right? We need to remove from the first bucket. That's exactly what we are doing here. So we are removing from the first bucket, and if that was the last key in that bucket, then we are also removing the bucket, right? Removing the bucket is pretty straightforward. Let's go to the remove bucket. In the remove bucket, so what we do is we are just removing the bucket for example, in this case, bucket previous next pointing to the bucket next, and the bucket next previous pointing to the bucket previous. So which means that we are removing whatever comes after that bucket points to the whatever comes to the previous bucket, and the vice versa, right? So we are removing that bucket from the chain. So that is for the increment. And let's go to see for the decrement what we are doing, right? Again, for the decrement, first thing is we are checking that the if that does not contain our key, we are just returning, right? There is nothing to do, which means that the key is not in our hash map. If it's in our hash map, then we are taking that the key, and we are checking that if the value is equals to 1. So in that case, what it means that this is the count is equals to 1. So which means that we can just remove that from our key, right? So we are removing that from our hash map, and also we are removing from the keys, right? From that bucket. So we are removing from the hash map, and also we are removing from the buckets. Again, we are checking that if that was the last key in that bucket, then we need to remove that bucket, right? So for example, let's take this scenario, right? Let's say that here, let me see. So let's say that here we are calling the decrement A, right? We are calling let's say we are going to call the decrement A one more time, right? In that case, we are removing that. We are removing that A from this bucket. So since it was the last element, we need to remove this bucket also, right? So that's exactly what we are doing here. So we are removing that bucket. So if the count is not equal to 1, right? If the count is not equal to 1, then what we do? We are taking that we are taking that the current previous, right, whatever comes the prior. So, and we are checking that if that is not equal to head, and if the current count is not, so basically we are checking that if there is, if the bucket with the count, whatever count we have for the or whatever we have for the current, right? For the current count -1, if the previous count does not equal to that count. If that equals, which means that the bucket already exists, we don't have to create a new bucket. Since the bucket does not exist, we are creating a new bucket with the current count -1. Let's say that we are moving our, so decrement means that we are decrementing that to 1, right? So from 20, let's say we are decrementing to 19, and we are creating a new bucket for it. We are adding that bucket, and that's for the if that bucket does not exist. If that bucket exists, so what we do, right? So we are adding the key there. So we are adding a key and updating our previous. So we do that for this one, for the new bucket anyways. So for both cases, right? So what we do, we are adding a key, and we are adding in the hash map, we are adding a key, and we are adding that bucket, and from the current keys we are removing the key. So what it means, let's say from decrement means that we are moving from one bucket to another, right? So we are moving from our current bucket, our key, and if that was the last key in that bucket, we are removing the bucket again. So that is for the increment and decrement. For the get maximum and the get minimum is pretty straightforward. For the get maximum, that's why we are maintaining tail and head. We are checking that if the tail for the get maximum, right, we are taking the previous, so we are tail previous, if that equals to head, so which means that there is we haven't added any bucket, right? So we are just returning empty string. If there is, so which means that we have a maximum bucket. So in that case, what we do, we are taking the tail previous keys, and so we are taking the first value from the string. By requirement, we can return any value. So let's say that in our bucket we have 5 strings, and all of them have the count 1, so we can return any of those, right? There is no, we should not maintain any order. If we need to maintain any order, we can probably use something like a linked hash set here, but in our case we don't have to, so we are just returning the first element. And for the minimum key, we are doing exactly the same. We are taking the head next. If the head next equals to tail, so which means that we haven't added any bucket, we are returning empty result. If we have, then in that case we are iterating, and we are taking the first one, and we are returning the first string, right? Again, we don't have to maintain the order. If we would have to maintain the order, then we should use something like a linked hash set. Okay, that's it. It's a pretty long explanation. And if we implement this solution, then in that case, all operations are constant, because adding bucket and removing bucket, also that since we are using the hash map, so we are fetching the keys by the hash code, so all operations are constant. The time complexity of all the operations are of 1. Okay, that's it for today. Hope you like my content. If you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. See you next time. Bye.